Now, there's not many things I miss about the UK, well, apart from the weather, the architecture, and of course the food. Texans really don't know how to do a proper chippy tea. This week I fly back to the UK after a year away to finally get a taste of a nice jumbo sausage, and in the process get to fly on ITA Airways' brand new Airbus A330neo. Welcome to New York. We are off to Italy tonight. Well, actually, we're going to London, but we've got a connection in Italy along the way. So we're taking a flight on ITA Airways tonight, who are the national airline of Italy. Hi there. Right, to check in, please.
So for boarding, it's gonna be gate 2 at 8:30.
Perfect, thank you.
And you can also use the Air France Lounge next to gate 1.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
This is the boarding pass for London.
Yeah, lovely.
This is the one for now.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Enjoy.
Thank you, have a good day. The ITA Airways, they're the new iteration of Alitalia. They've got some brand new Airbus A330neos and they're in a stonking cool colour scheme. Let's go and head through security and get to the gate for our flight across to Rome. Alright, so through security, no pre-check today. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that. I think I just put my pre-check details in, but it seems that ITA don't do pre-check even though they let you register your pre-check. I'm not sure. Anyway, it wasn't too much of a hassle. We're through. And apparently ITA use the Air France Lounge here at JFK Terminal 1. Alright, thank you. The Air France Lounge is actually pretty nice inside. It's at the end of the concourse, and once you get inside it's really bright and spacious, covering 2 floors. There's a good choice of food, and in something of a novelty at this terminal you get a bit of a view across the apron too. Oh, this is quite a nice lounge. This is the Air France Lounge here at Terminal 1 here in JFK. It's quite nice compared to some of the other lounges that are in here. It's like on a split level and you've got a nice view out over the action outside as well. That's pretty nice. I've just gone for a little bit of food on here. We've got some fish and some rice, which looks quite tasty. So I'm going to enjoy this, and then pretty soon the plane should be here. And sure enough, pretty soon the beautiful ITA Airways A330neo arrived after its flight from Italy. Now, ITA only got these a few months earlier in the summer of 2023, so I was looking forward to seeing if they were as nice on board as they looked from the outside. Alright, the plane's here. Time to go and see about getting on board. It's absolute bedlam out here. Look at this lot. The lounge isn't like literally there, the Air France Lounge, but we're going to get on board in a minute. The ITA, the beautiful ITA A330neo. If I can find my way to where I need to get on the plane at least. Wow. Alright, so here is the issue. This is why it's so busy here. We've got 2 gates right just here, gate 1 and 2, and one of them is my flight to Rome, the other one is a SATA Azores flight to Ponta Delgada. They leave within about 30 minutes of each other, these 2 as flights. So we've got 2 plane loads of passengers all here in the same gate area. Amazing planning, love it. There's half the passengers in this queue in front of me as well. They've got SATA Azores boarding passes, but they're queuing up for the flight to Rome. And half the people in the flight to the Azores have got boarding passes with ITA Airways written on them. This is going to cause chaos. Wow.
No passport, only boarding passes.
Eventually the line started to move and it was time to get on board the ITA A330neo for my ride across the Atlantic.
You need them for both doors.
Hello, welcome aboard. It's 6A, you're almost there. We'll be right here on your left-hand side.
Thank you. The business class cabin on ITA is really nice. It's in this 1-2-1 configuration with beautiful blue and cream leather seats, which the crew told me is inspired by an Italian beach with blue water and white sand. How lovely. Well then, arrivederci on board the ITA Airways Airbus A330neo. This plane is brand new. They've only had it for like 2 months at the time of making this video. They've only got a couple at the minute, I think. They're getting 7 in total of these A330neos in this beautiful blue livery that they've got. And this seat's lovely. It's really, really nice. We've got like a big TV screen here. This is really nice. It's all soft and like fluffy there. It's a bit like a soft settee or something. We've got the same sort of thing going on here. These beautiful touches around the seat. Look, we've got power, a 3-pin plug, just there. There's USB ports just here as well. USB-C, which I like. Seat controls down here. Another remote for the telly just there. And this seat is just lovely. Just look at this. Absolutely beautiful. Such a nice seat. And of course we would not be on an Italian airline if we didn't have a glass of Prosecco. It's actually proper Prosecco, I guess. Proper Italian stuff. That's really nice. It tastes like Christmas. It's past our pushback time and we seem to be delayed a little bit. Not entirely sure what's going on. It's all gone dark. Oops. Somebody stick a quid in meter. Finally, about an hour late, the aircraft was all back up and running again and it was time to start our long taxi out to the runway here at JFK. Our route tonight then took us out of New York to cross the Atlantic before crossing the Bay of Biscay into France and flying over the Alps down into Italy. Flight time tonight was 7 hours and 54 minutes, cruising at 37 and 41,000 feet. ITA are the latest incarnation of the Italian flag carrier Alitalia after they went bust in 2020. Like Alitalia, they're a part of SkyTeam, however it seems in name only as you can't actually credit miles to other SkyTeam airlines by flying with ITA, which begs the question, what's the point? Things got even more convoluted in 2022 when Lufthansa announced their intention to buy ITA Airways, meaning they'd inevitably become a part of the Star Alliance, but at the moment ITA seem to be in a bit of a no man's land situation. Alright then, just over an hour late, we are finally airborne from JFK heading across the Atlantic. I have been given an absolute mountain of stuff since I got on the flight. An amenity kit. I've been given this. It's a load of lotions and some massive, beautiful eye mask. I've been given this as well. Which is interesting. The first time I've seen anything like this. This is an advert for ITA Airways, and it says that it's a bookmark, but you can leave it in water for 1 day, rip it up into pieces, plant it in a plant pot, and apparently it will grow into a plant. I've never seen anything like that before. Is that like, are you allowed to like bring plant stuff between? Is that classed as a plant? I don't know. You know what? I'm going to take it home with me, and I'm going to plant it, and I'll put a picture on the screen of what it looks like by the time this video gets released. It could just be a load of crap, but it might work. Anyway, let's have a look at this immunity kit. So in here we do have some ITA Airways earplugs, an ITA Airways mask with the Italian flag on it, and some socks. Is that toothpaste? Yeah, toothpaste. I don't know what this is. Oh, a soothing mask. Interesting. Never seen anything like that before. That's weird. Some of this stuff is really weird. Well, it's weird to me. Maybe this is things they have in Italy. I don't know. I've never been to Italy, but could be things that they have in there. And an eco-friendly toothbrush, and that's it. But you do get this QC term spa and resorts thing, which again is another eye mask, but a much better eye mask than the one you get in there. I mean, this is Alitalia's eco-friendly initiative, to the point that it's an eco-friendly immunity kit, as it says on there. But aside from the eco-friendly immunity kit, you get double eye masks and double everything else. You get face cream, body cream, but they're like their creams, hand cream, shampoo. What? There's no showers on this plane, and I have no hair. I don't think this is going to come in very handy, but anyway. Shower gel, again very handy on a flight with no showers. And hair conditioner. again, I mean, actually, it's quite handy to get these things for when I get to my destination, I suppose. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff here for an eco-friendly amenity kit. I can't get it all back in now.
It's time for the Noel Phillips Loo Review.
Well, then, time for a very quick loo review. This is the forward loo. It's not very big, very small, very tiny. It's like a 737 bathroom, which isn't the best. We've got basically a sink. It's it is Campari. She's just poured it down the drain. I don't know why they've come to the bathroom to do it. They don't have sinks or anything in the galley. I don't actually know. She's just poured it down the drain here. Anyway, there is a sink, a loo, and that's pretty much it. It's very basic. To see how nice the cabin is, the loos are very sparse, very Spartan. So yeah, that's it. Cabin crew so far, I have to say, been very nice, very friendly, and try and get a bit of rest on our way across to Rome.
That was the Noel Phillips Loo Review.
We have 3 courses for dinner tonight. We got a primary one, a secondary one, and then there's like a dessert as well. It's a 3-course dinner, proper Italian food as well. I've gone for a lasagna tonight, and let me tell you, this does not look like your average lean cuisine lasagna that you get from down the HEB. Let me tell you that. Let's give it a go, see what it tastes like. The man even came round and sprinkled a bit of mozzarella cheese on it, very fancy. That is delicious. Alright, secondo course has turned up, and I've gone for the fish pugliese. Sounds quite Italian, doesn't it? Let's give it a go. It's absolutely delicious. Wow, this food is incredible, honestly. Wow, well done ITA Airways. Your onboard food is just amazing. It tastes like something out of a restaurant rather than like on a plane. Crazy. Alright, then I'm going to try and get a little bit of sleep now. We've got 6 hours now till we land in Rome, so not a lot of time tonight. I'm going to see what sleep I can get though. The bed is pretty comfortable in the flatbed position. My head is not quite touching the top, and my feet are not quite touching the bottom down there. It's quite spacious, although it's a little bit narrow in the old arm area right here. But I don't know, who knows? It might be quite comfy. But in the meantime, I'll see you in the morning, hopefully, when we're not far off landing in Rome. Let's see. But yeah, I'll see you in the morning. Good night. Thank you to this week's video sponsor, Surfshark, who always come to the rescue whenever I want to watch some British TV when I'm travelling. Surfshark is a VPN provider, and what that means quite simply is that you can use their software to connect to the internet from anywhere in the world and make it look like you're just at home, which has some really good benefits. For instance, I could be sitting here by a sunny pool in Vietnam and watching some Top Gear on my phone. It lets me watch EastEnders here in the middle of the Australian outback. Oh yeah, I'll have a Castlemaine 4X, please, mate. Cheers. Surfshark even lets me catch up with Only Fools and Horses while I'm here in New York. Now, Surfshark are offering you a massive 83% discount plus 3 months free when you use my promo code Noel Phillips at the link on the screen now. What are you waiting for? Even Baby Shark approves. Well, good morning, just woken up. We're just off the coast of France now, having crossed the Atlantic. We're just over the Bay of Dismay. I was heading to France, and I slept about 4 hours on and off, maybe, in quite a big chunk and a couple of little chunks, really. It wasn't ideal, but hey, it was still a few hours sleep, so I'm not complaining at that, really. I'll be able to sleep more when I get to London later on today, but yeah, they are. The cabin is starting to wake up now a little bit, and they're about to start going around with breakfast, and before they do, I thought I'd go through the in-flight entertainment system. Alright, so we've got like the main screen is here. It's quite a big screen. It looks probably about 18 inches, something like that. It's quite nice and quite a big choice, actually. Italian and English movies, pair TV shows. again, a massive selection of TV. You could watch 10 episodes of Game of Thrones if you want. Yes, and we pass the Young Sheldon test as well. And then we've got some audio stuff, and then we go to the flight map, which is here. That pulls up this bit here, and we can do the view map. Quite nice as well. It's quite nice, the flight map on this one, moving map. It's all completely interactive. So there's the route that we've done. Then you've got controls for the lighting and stuff. The other cool thing you can do here is you can connect Bluetooth, so you can use your own headphones with the in-flight entertainment here on the plane. We crossed into France and the crew came round handing out the breakfast selection, which today was a selection of pastries in the continental style. We flew right overhead the city of Lyon in France before crossing the Alps into Italy, and the scenery was absolutely stunning. We flew out into the Mediterranean Sea and started our descent down into Italy, flying right overhead the island of Elba. Elba was of course the scene for the in-flight breakup of a de Havilland Comet of BOAC back in 1954, which caused the loss of all 35 people on board and caused all Comets to be grounded for several years before design modifications could be made. We are overhead Italy, and we are just starting our descent down into Rome. I've never been to Italy before, I have to confess. I did connect through Rome and Milan once on one of my very first adventures. Literally just connected in the airports, never actually been to Italy. I am just today connecting through Rome, although I will be back in Italy very soon to do loads more cool stuff, so that's coming in the next few weeks here on the channel. But for today we're connecting through to London, and I'm looking forward to getting to London because when I get to London I'm going to be going to somewhere very special that I have missed dearly since we have moved to the US. The approach into Rome is really pretty. You descend over the beautiful Italian countryside before touching down at Rome's Fiumicino airport, where we landed a few minutes ahead of schedule.
Signore e signori, Ita Airways partner di SkyTeam è lieta di darvi il benvenuto all'aeroporto Leonardo da Vinci di Roma Fiumicino.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, arrivederci to Rome in Italy, and as I always say, when in Rome. Alright, so here's my flight to London. Is leaving from these gates, the E gates, the ones we've just come into. So quite fortunately and rather handily, there is a lounge right just there. So let's go and check it out.
Welcome to our lounge.
Alright, thank you.
You're welcome.
The Alitalia Lounge is quite nice and in true Italian style offers fresh handmade pizza to eat while you're waiting for your plane. If you don't eat pizza though, then you're still in luck because there's plenty of other food choices here as well. Alright, so I've come into the ITA Airways Lounge. It's called the Plaza di Spagna and it's quite nice. They've got like fresh pizza and everything. I would have one if it wasn't like, well, for me it's stupid early in the morning. It's actually lunchtime, Italy time, but for me it's like 6 AM and I've only just kind of woken up an hour or two ago, so I'm not going to have any pizza just yet. As it turned out though, I just couldn't resist, and a few minutes later I went and grabbed myself a slice, and let me tell you, I did not regret it. It tasted absolutely delicious. Alright then, time to go and get on the plane. Boarding soon from E8. I don't know if there's security to go through here between non-Schengen flights. I don't think there is, because we're going non-Schengen to non-Schengen, so we don't have to like immigrate into Italy or anything like that. The escalators of doom. At any airport usually means you're going from a bus gate. Oh, And yeah, we're going from a bus gate.
Hi. So are you Noel Phillips?
Yeah, hi.
Nice to meet you. I watched so many of your YouTube videos.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
I recognize you instantly. I guess that's a good
Sorry.
thing.
I need to wear a better mask next time,
Yeah,
don't
are
I?
you heading back to London?
I'm just temporarily, just for tonight.
Oh, cool. I watched a lot of your Kenya videos because I'm from Kenya.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
okay,
I
whereabouts
saw
in Kenya?
Kisumu, which is like a small town.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful country.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
Next, please.
Thank you.
Hello.
The bus took us across the airport to an A330neo that was attached to another jet bridge, presumably in the Schengen part of the terminal that we couldn't get to airside.
Grazie, thank you.
ITA's A320s are really smart on the outside and the inside too, carrying on the cream and blue theme that we saw on the A330neo. Unfortunately, however, like most European airlines, the business class is just a regular economy class seat with the middle blocked off. Alright then, so on board my flight to London. This is an A320neo, I think. That's a Neo engine, isn't it? Out there. So this is an A320neo. It's in their beautiful blue livery. Unfortunately, over here in Europe, most business classes aren't really business class. It's just an economy class seat with the middle seat blocked off. There is zero leg room. It's like EasyJet. I think you get like a little bag of nuts or something if you're in business class, but that's about it really. It's pretty much like low cost with the exception of you get bags and lounge access and those bits, but once you get on the plane it's kind of all the same really, but it's okay, never mind. We've only got a couple of hours run I think up to London. I'm going to have my tea. ITA's A320neos do have USB and USB-C chargers though between the seats, which I thought was pretty neat. Our route to London took us out of Italy across the Mediterranean, flying the length of France before crossing the English Channel into London. Flight time today was 2 hours and 3 minutes, cruising at 38,000 feet. Soon after takeoff, we were served a packet of crackers and a paper cup of orange juice, and I'm not going to lie, I thought that was all we were going to get today. But colour me shocked when a few minutes later the crew came round with a bowl of cold pasta and a muffin, which tasted okay and filled a little gap before we landed in London. And as the white cliffs of Dover appeared on the horizon, we started our approach into Heathrow Airport, and I was excited to step foot in England once again after a year away. One thing I was really looking forward to though was my chippy tea, and I knew as soon as I got on the ground a fish and chip shop would be the first place to go. Landing from the east at Heathrow is always really cool, especially if you're coming from the south like this, because you get to see the entire of London outside of your window as you come down the final approach. It's like you get a full guided tour of the city without having to even get off the plane. I'm not going to lie, it feels pretty surreal seeing so many things out of the window that seem so familiar but at the same time so unfamiliar, knowing that I'm landing in a country where my entire family and everything I own isn't there anymore. Landing at Heathrow in the past always meant that I was home after a long trip away. But today I wasn't at the end of the trip, I was 5,000 miles from home and only just starting my next adventure. My flight to London cost me $1,342 or around about 1,070 British pounds, working out a cost per mile of 26 cents. This was a deal I found on the Flyer Talk forum for a round trip from New York to London. I'd like to say thank you to my amazing Patreons for their ongoing support. You can join them at the link on the screen now for access to my WhatsApp group, regular Zoom calls with me and much more. Alright then, welcome back to London in England. It feels so weird being back. It's been like over a year since we moved away, and coming back it just still seems weird. Anyway, something else that's weird is I've just learnt I've been saying arrivederci to say hello all day, and it turns out that arrivederci actually means goodbye. So I've been greeting people with a goodbye all day. Never mind. Just gonna see what a mess this is like today.
UK, US, European passport goes straight down, please.
Well, that was actually much easier than I expected it would be. Straight through the E-gates. It's just like going through global entry back at home, but I was through in no time at all, literally straight in and out. Surprise. Right, so now I need to get to my hotel, drop my bags, and go on my little quest. Hello. Thank you. Alright then, all checked into my hotel. Let's go and get something to eat.
This is the train to Abbey Wood via Canary Wharf.
Alright then, come to find me holy grail of food. And I've come to a place called Hayes and Harlingtown. It sounds very posh. It's just outside Heathrow, but this new purple line train thing comes here, so we're going to go and try to find what I've been missing for over a year. Yeah, I think I found it. The Holy Grail. I've been missing this one of these places anyway, not this exact one obviously, for so long. A chippy. Let's go and get some fish and chips and have a chippy tea, hey? Can I start with vinegar? Yes, please. Thank you. You read my mind. Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a good day. Oh yes. Oh, the Holy Grail is here. You know, one thing I really missed since I've been over in the States is decent British fish and chips. I mean, they ain't the best, but they're a damn sight better than what we get in America. Very, very nice. And I know it's a sausage rather than fish. You can actually get, well, the fish that you can get in America can be all right, but Americans don't like sausage, in my experience. They don't do a good sausage in America like they do over here in Britain. We've mastered it over here, haven't we? So I'm going to sit here and munch on me sausage and chips, which is actually damn good. I have missed a nice sausage. Anyway, as I sit on a wall outside Quick Fit in Hayes and Harlington somewhere, eating my fish and chips. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Hope you've enjoyed my little ride on ITA. It was pretty nice. I quite enjoyed it too. I am off somewhere hopefully tomorrow. Really exciting. Although I have just had an email to say that my flight has been cancelled, so who knows. But stay tuned and hit subscribe so you don't miss next week's video, and you'll find out if I do actually end up going somewhere exciting tomorrow or not. So in the meantime, thanks very much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.